The James Webb Telescope has proven to be a game changer in the world of astronomy. Since its launch in December 2021, this stunning spyglass has made countless explosive discoveries across the universe, ranging from Einstein rings to distant galaxies and, more recently, the presence of a terrifying alien civilization on a planet known as Proxima B. This discovery is an astonishing one, not just because it's a first of its kind, but also because what it means for the future of human space exploration. Join us in this video as we discuss the alien civilization discovery on Proxima B. The cosmos is filled with an array of celestial objects, but exoplanets are a unique breed. Scientists define exoplanets as planets situated beyond the confines of our solar system. Naturally, most exoplanets orbit around other stars. However, we've seen cases of exoplanets that are not necessarily attached to any stars. These lots are called rogue exoplanets. They move freely across the solar system and orbit around the galactic center. In terms of composition and size, exoplanets tend to differ from one another. Some have the same composition as terrestrial and rocky planets like Venus, Mercury, and Earth. Meanwhile, some others have a similar composition with gas giant planets like Jupiter and Saturn. The very first sighting of exoplanets was made by cosmic scientists in 1992. It was an unexpected and unprecedented discovery, one that caught the attention of astronomers and space enthusiasts across the world. Expectedly, the discovery opened up a new research domain for scientists who graciously answered the clarion call without any hesitation. Their years of research around this topic helped to shed more light on the enigmas around exoplanets and other mysterious celestial objects in our universe. Unlike conventional planets, exoplanets are not easy to discover. In fact, according to reports, these strange celestial objects are quite tricky to detect using conventional telescopes. But over time, scientists have discovered alternative methods of locating them. This includes the direct imaging method, which has been used to discover a handful of exoplanets. According to official accounts, most exoplanets discovered through this method are young gas giant planets orbiting very far from their parent stars. Another method that has been used to find exoplanets is the indirect or transit method. To discover a planet using this method, scientists simply have to calculate the dimming of a star that has an exoplanet passing in front of it. Alternatively, cosmologists can also locate exoplanets by monitoring the spectrum of a star and looking out for the telltale signs of a planet pulling on the star and possibly causing its light to Doppler shift. Aside from these procedures mentioned above, astronomers can also hunt for exoplanets in the depth of space using techniques like gravitational lensing and the WOBBLE method, both of which have been proven to be quite effective. While the process of detecting exoplanets can be extremely tedious, the task of studying them is even more complex. And that is why we've not been able to explore most of the exoplanets we've discovered as much as we would have liked. But thankfully, we seem to have had a bit of luck in the case of Proxima B. And again, this is all thanks to the hard work of scientists and the exceptional capabilities of different space observatory gadgets that have been invented in recent time. Proxima B was officially detected in 2016 by HARPS, High Accuracy Radial Velocity Planet Searcher. But despite getting our first view from Proxima B from HARPS, which is installed on a scope at ESO's La Silla Observatory in Chile, scientists were aware of the fact that new observations were needed to get the ultra-precise view of the planet. We were already very happy with the performance of HARPS, which has been responsible for discovering hundreds of exoplanets over the last 17 years, says Francesco Pepe, an astronomy professor at the University of Geneva in Switzerland, and the man in charge of the E-Scheller spectrograph for rocky exoplanets and stable spectroscopic observations, ESPRESSO. We're really pleased that ESPRESSO can produce even better measurements, and it's gratifying and a just reward for the teamwork lasting nearly 10 years, Pepe added. In another statement, Michael Mayer, a Swiss astrophysicist and Physics Nobel Prize winner in 2019, said, "ESPRESSO has made it possible to measure the mass of the planet with a precision of over 1/10 of the mass of Earth. It's completely unheard of. According to the fact sheets, Proxima B is the closest alien planet to our solar system. More interestingly, scientists recently discovered that this exoplanet has much more in common with our Earth than we initially imagined. Proxima B is located around 4.2 light-years away from us. In terms of size, it is 17% more massive than Earth. Perhaps more importantly, this weird exoplanet lies in the habitable zone of its star, which is known as Proxima Centauri. According to official accounts, Proxima Centauri is the closest star to our Sun, and in astronomy, the habitable zone is a range of orbits around a star within which a planetary surface can support water as a liquid. And that's exactly why Proxima B is regarded as a potentially habitable planet. However, scientists are not sure if it has an atmosphere or not. On this basis alone, this Earth-sized planet is worthy of all the attention it's getting, both from scientists and ordinary humans. After a recent study on Proxima B with his team, Alejandro Suarez Mascario described it as one of the most interesting planets known in our solar neighbourhood. According to the findings of this recent study, Proxima Centauri, which is the parent star of Proxima B, is much dimmer and less massive than our Sun. Furthermore, scientists believe that this exoplanet is tidally locked and rotates in synchrony with its star. When this phenomenon occurs, it simply means that one side of the planet is always facing the star and the other side is facing away, more like a light side and a dark side. Proxima B completes one orbit every 11 Earth days, and due to the close proximity between the exoplanet and its star, some researchers postulate that the radiation produced from Proxima Centauri could have stripped away the air of the exoplanet. If this were true, it would contradict the initial belief that water can exist as a liquid on Proxima B. Proxima Centauri is a red dwarf star with only a fraction of the mass of our Sun. Due to their small size, the nuclear fusion cores of red dwarf stars are much closer to their surface. Hence, their surface are much more chaotic than stars like the Sun. This increased turbulence spikes up the magnetic fields, resulting in extremely strong blasts of high-energy radiation and particles into the surrounding system. This really isn't a problem for planets or exoplanets that are located at far distances from their parent star. However, with stars like Proxima Centauri that are less luminous than the Sun, their habitable zones are much closer. In fact, scientists believe that these habitable zones might be so close that the word habitable might be too generous to describe them. Admittedly, astronomers and cosmic scientists have always known that the possibility of living on Proxima B is quite slim, but they didn't really know the precise magnetic field situation around the star. So they had to rely on information obtained from previous observations of similar stars. Recently, scientists conducted a new study using high-resolution maps of the magnetic field of Proxima Centauri to develop a model of the solar wind produced by the star. This gave them a more precise view and more accurate information about the situation. And from their findings, the reality is grimmer than they imagined. From their observations, they realised that Proxima B receives around 1,000 times more solar wind radiation than our home planet does. With such conditions in place, it is extremely difficult for the exoplanet to host an atmosphere or harbour water as a liquid. But, of course, this doesn't completely rule out the possibility that this Earth-sized exoplanet might just be able to harbour life. And with the James Webb Telescope and other sophisticated space observatory gadgets constantly beaming their searchlight on Proxima B, scientists are optimistic that one day, hopefully not too long, we might find evidence of life on this amusing exoplanet.